Hey guys, Zack here, and welcome back to another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Bandai Movie Monster Series Guiron 2023. Now, this version of Guiron comes from the upcoming anime series Gamera Rebirth, which it's not out yet as of me recording this, though it is set to come out on September 7th, but going off of the trailers, I am very excited. There are some things that I'm not a big fan of. I've talked about this before, but overall, I do think that Gamera Rebirth is going to be a good time. I am definitely looking forward to it, and yeah, I think it's going to be awesome. And really quick, I just want to say that Giron is actually probably one of my favorite Showa Gamera monsters. So when they announced him to be in Gamera Rebirth, I was very excited. And I'll talk about this more when I talk about the sculpt, but I really like this new design for Giron. So yeah, definitely some really cool stuff going on with Gamera Rebirth, but I digress. Anyway, I've been talking for a little too long now. Let's just get right into this. Like usual, before we take a look at the figure itself, I just want to take a quick look at the tag here. And for the cover here, well, I'm not going to lie, it's pretty boring. Right in the center here, we have Gamera Rebirth. You know, up top here, we have Movie Monster Series, both in Japanese and in English. And the Kadokawa logo right here. This is actually not printed on the tag. This is actually a sticker, which is kind of funny. I'm not going to lie. Kind of lazy, but that's kind of what makes it funny. Right here we have Guiron 2023, both in Japanese and in English, and some more legal information here. On the back here, we just have a poster for Gamera Rebirth, or the poster for Gamera Rebirth, I should say. I don't know what this says, but Bandai Namco, Bandai, 2023 Kadokawa, Gamera Rebirth, made in China, and some Japanese writing here. On the inside, we have some more Japanese writing here. I don't know what any of this says, so yeah. I mean, like, obviously, like, this part, customer service and quite like that, like, I can read, but, like, again, like, I don't know what the rest of this says. I'm sorry. Also, really quick, I really made me mad. When Hobby Link Japan shipped this guy, they shipped him with the tag bent like this. So now, like, it's still fine, but still, like, it's just really annoying that they just, shipped my figure like this. But, I mean, it's still a boring tag either way, but still very annoying. But still, that's pretty much it for the tag here. Like usual, going back to the figure, we're now going to talk about the paint. And the painting on this figure, I think, looks really nice. So, as you can see here, the entirety of this figure is casted in this ocean blue, which I think looks really nice. The back here has a lot of really nice metallic blue. It would have been nice if it continued to here, because there's still some ridges on the head here. So it would have been nice if that kept going to here. But still, this alone still looks very nice. So I'm not complaining whatsoever. Giron's toenails here are painted black. The undersides aren't painted, but really, who cares? The eyes here are painted red with black pupils, and lastly, on his knife head, snout here, we have a lot of this nice metallic silver here, which I think looks really nice. And that's pretty much it for the painting on this figure. There's not a lot as far as paint goes, but still, I think the colorations on this figure look really nice, and I really do dig the vibe this figure gives off. So, yeah, painting on this figure looks really good. Definitely gets a pass. Now, I'll take a look at the articulation, and the articulation on this figure, you know the drill. It's a Bandai vinyl. There's not going to be a lot here. The forelimbs can move 360 degrees. The hind limbs can also move 360, but you kind of have to force it. And you might scratch the figure if you do this, so I wouldn't recommend that you move the legs like this. But still, you can get all the legs to move like that. It would have been nice if there was rotation at the head here, but still, that's pretty much it for the articulation. And the articulation here, it's a Bandai vinyl. There's not a lot, but for what we have, I think it's okay. I think well, all the limbs move, which is nice. Which is, more can be said than Jiger, because Jiger only the back legs moved, and it was a little lame. It would have been nice if the four limbs can move on that figure, but this figure, all four limbs can move, and it's pretty solid. Again, it would have been nice if we had rotation at the head, but still, not too shabby. The articulation on this figure, it's alright. I'd say it gets a pass. Now, I'll take a look at the sculpt, and the sculpting on this figure I think looks really nice. We didn't see a lot of Guiron in the Gamma Rebirth trailer. We saw like some shots, but based on those shots, I think I think the sculpting here looks pretty accurate. One thing to point out that I think is a little annoying, the way mine was shipped, like the horn here was kind of like bent like that. And even with like a hair blow dryer, it's still like kind of like, not fully straight. Kind of like if you look at it head on, like it kind of like leans to the side more, which a little upsetting. But still, I do think the sculpting here looks nice. I think the proportions look good. Nothing's too out of place here. And again, I mentioned this before, but I really like this design for Guiron. I really like I like how the body looks. It actually, like, I don't know why, it kind of reminds me of a bearded dragon. Without the tail, of course, but still, kind of gives off some bearded dragon vibes. I just absolutely love how the head looks. And a lot of people, I'm sure there'll be some people who say like, oh, his jaw's splitting, just like Shin Godzilla. But honestly, with like how the jaw is, it's like more like long and narrow. It kind of reminds me of the Hypospinosaurus from the Isle. I don't play the Isle anymore, but I used to. But that's what this kind of reminds me of. But still, I do really like this design for Guiron, and again, I'm really happy that he's he's in Gamera Rebirth, because like I said before, he is one of my favorite like Showa Gamera monsters. So, yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the sculpt. Very solid. I think the sculpting here looks great. Nothing looks too out of place or anything like that. I mean, again, the horn on mine is a little warped, but still, the sculpting here, I still think looks really nice. So the sculpting, I'd say definitely gets a pass. Now, I'll take a look at the detailing, and the detailing on this figure is very nice. So let's take a closer look at that. So, the tip of his knife, nose, horn, thing, whatever you want to call this, very smooth, very much like a blade. But then, like, you get to the actual head itself, and the detailing here is, like, really nice looking. We have a lot of, like, really nice musculature, like, here, near where the eyes are, and, like, this bit here, just detailed really nicely. And even the inside of his mouth has, a lot of really nice detailing. And I'm just realizing this now, but, like, this part of the jaw here kind of reminds me of a sperm whale, which I think is kind of cool. Which would make sense because, the coloration of this figure, but that's besides the point. But still, the detailing here looks really nice. And then we get to the body, and the body here has a lot of really nice detailing. And really quick, I just want to say about my remark about how Guiron's body reminds me of a bearded dragon. Like, obviously, bearded dragons don't have this, like, armored plating here, right? Like, obviously, like, they have, like, scales and, like, osteoderms and stuff like that. But I mean, like, the silhouette reminds me of a bearded dragon's body, and not so much, like, the actual look of it. That's what I meant to say earlier. Just want to clear that up really quick, because I'm sure I was going to get some people like, oh, yeah, a bearded dragon, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I just want to clear the air a little bit. But anyway, still, all of the armored plating here on top here is detailed beautifully. Like, the fact that this is a Bandai vinyl is kind of surprising to me, because this is, like, really nice looking, like, almost next level stuff here. Like, this is, like, everything about this just looks really nice. It's defined beautifully, and it just looks good. Chef's kiss. And even, like, the limbs here, like, all the, scalings and, like, armored plating and everything like that, just detailed beautifully, and just a lot of really nice musculature. And yeah, the upper half of the figure is detailed very nicely, and same with the underside too, just a lot of really nice detailing here. All of, like, the musculature, like, like the undersides of the feet here, and just everything here is just detailed beautifully. Just a lot of really nice like wrinkles and stuff. Everything here is just beautifully defined. Um, I'm not gonna make a comment about that, but still, just a lot of really nice detailing here. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the detailing on this figure. The detailing on this figure, very solid. It is like, the detailing here is almost like next level stuff for Bandai. So yeah, the detailing here looks great. So yeah, the detailing here definitely gets a pass. No question. It looks phenomenal. Now, we'll do some size comparisons. Here we have the Bandai Movie Monster Series Rebirth Gamera. Here we have the Movie Monster Series Rebirth Jiger. And really quick, I just want to say these three look really nice together. Probably not going to get the other Movie Monster Series Gamera Rebirth figures because, well, I'll talk about that in a little bit, but still, these three do look really nice next to each other. Just the color contrast, I think, is just very nice looking. Here we have the Bandai Movie Monster Series Gamera 1965. And of course, here we have Dr. Billy Grant. And here we have some hand sanitizer. So at the end of the day, should you get this figure? I'd say yes. I think this is a very nice looking figure. I love the colors. I love the design. The size. Actually, this figure is a little bigger than I thought it'd be, which not a bad thing at all. It's still a very nice figure, and yeah, overall, I just think it's just a really nice figure, and I definitely recommend that you pick this guy up. As far as price tags go, this guy is only like 20, 25 bucks, which is not bad at all. Bandai vinyls usually aren't too expensive, and this guy, he's no exception, and he's, very nice quality. So I do recommend that you pick this figure up because, like I said, it is a very nice looking figure. I will not be getting the other Gamera Rebirth Bandai vinyls for a few reasons. One, space. I kind of limited on space as far as like my shelves go. I have some room, but not like a whole lot of room. So and I like Gyaos. I wanted to get Gyaos, but Gyaos is kind of a shelf hog, so I didn't pick up Gyaos. And the others are just monsters that I admittedly don't really care that much about, like Zigra and no, I love Guiron, Zigra and Virus. I think they look good in the show, but still, they're just monsters that I'm not a big fan of. But maybe that'll change once the show comes out, and maybe that might encourage me to pick up the rest of the Gamera Rebirth Bandai vinyls. I don't know, but still, going off topic here, this is still a very nice figure, and I do recommend that you pick this guy up. So, yeah. Anyway, that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, Zack out. Now, going back to the figure itself, like usual, to start this review, I'll talk about the paint, and the painting on this figure, I think, looks very nice. So, as you can see here, the entirety of the figure is casted in this ocean blue, which I think looks really nice. His back here has a very nice coloration of this metallic. I hate cars. I'm gonna take my car and drive into the fucking river.